Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Practical Hot Rod. Today's going to be a little bit different. Today is May the 4th, so for all you Star Wars nerds, there's your shout out. I'm a self-proclaimed kind of mini nerd, so I'll be checking out Disney Plus later. But more importantly, today specifically is the Electrify Expo here in Phoenix. So I just jumped in the Escape, drove in from Phoenix. Traffic wasn't too bad, but parking here at the stadium is kind of crazy. But anyway, just going to come out here and check it out. It's really focused on electric mobility, anything from skateboards to scooters to e-bikes, motorcycles, and obviously EVs. I opted to drive the Escape instead of my wife's ID4, just because I need to stretch her legs, and it's the first long trip in these new seats. Not that bad, actually. So anyway, I'll be bringing you guys along as we check out all the goodies and hopefully talk to some of the vendors and especially with a focus on the aftermarket. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the episode, and we will see you shortly. Thank you. This is just inside the gate here at the Electrify Expo. Volvo and Ford have lots of different vehicles on display. This was probably my favorite conversion that was here today. It's a 1990 Nissan Skyline GTR with a full Tesla drivetrain with the ludicrous mode and dual electric motors, 16 battery modules. It's the right-hand drive GTR. This thing was really cool. I'm sure a lot of purists hate that somebody did this, but I absolutely love this car. This is the section that I was the most interested in seeing. All of the custom spin-offs from standard EVs. You got a bunch of original Tesla Roadsters over here, and then you've got various modified Teslas and such throughout. It's kind of cool. This is the Ford Super Cobra Jet 1800 electric drag car. If you look under the hood here, you can see 4 inverters that feed into 2 double stack Cascadia Motion electric motors. In 2021, this set an NHRA world record. It ran at just over 8 second, over 171 mile per hour, a quarter mile. Really kind of cool. It was neat to get to see this thing in person. The guys at Legacy EV had several conversions on display. There's this orange Ford E100 pickup truck. It was pretty cool. They had this 1930 Ford Model A that used to be a internal combustion big block, but at SEMA, they actually on the SEMA floor converted it from that internal combustion. They used a 180 kilowatt Zonic electric motor tied to a Torque Trends torque box. It's got a 2-to-1 reduction, and it really gives it a lot of extra torque. Not a ton of power, but gobs of torque. And it's got a Felton kind of pre-made battery pack with all the cool stuff that goes with that. And then they also had this 1964 Ford Galaxy that's a complete Tesla Model 3 powertrain swap, batteries, rear drive unit. I think it's a performance drive unit. I've seen this on a couple of different YouTube channels, and it was cool to get to see it in person. So Legacy EV has a lot of cool stuff that's out there, and I definitely recommend you take a look at their website and some of the stuff that they provide. This was another really nice conversion. Foremost EV had this 1960 Ford F-150. As you can see under the engine bay, it has 2 Hyper 9 electric motors connected in series. And it also has one of the Torque Trends torque box reducers. They say it's got 260 horsepower and almost 700 pound-feet of torque. Here in the back, you can see the battery pack. There's actually an upper and a lower, so kind of a dual pack setup. I think it probably uses Tesla packs if I had to guess. Couldn't find that anywhere, but it's got a 78 kilowatt hour battery pack, which they say will get somewhere in the neighborhood of 180 to 200 miles. Anyway, I thought this was a really nice conversion, kind of a cool use of dual Hyper 9s, and turned out really, really nice. As I was walking back and forth from the show area out to the demo area, you had to walk through all the electric bikes and various other demo areas. People were out riding tons of the bikes in the little coned-off area right behind all these tents. But there were bikes from tons of different manufacturers, from mountain bikes to kind of road bikes, a little bit of everything. Hey guys, we're at the Ford hot lap driving section. They've got a couple of Mach-E GTs here that they're going to run us through. So I'm going to take a seat and get a fun ride here in one of the Mach-Es. All right, ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Let's do it.
It's actually a little bit better acceleration off the line than an F16.
A little bit, yeah.
Just for a second.
We'll catch up after a little bit.
After just a few seconds, yeah.
Not quite 9 Gs, but it's fun.
Yeah, right. Nice, huh?
Yeah. Way too short, but that was a blast.
I know. Well, you can get back in line.
I will.
It's pretty short.
Awesome. All right, now we're walking up. We're gonna drive a Mach-E ourselves here. Unfortunately, nowhere near as fast as the last ride. So this is the Mach-E that I got to drive around. We actually left the parking lot, kind of took a big loop on public streets around the stadium, and did have a chance to kind of goose it a couple of times. And man, that's a blast to drive. There were tons of manufacturers. You can see a couple Lightnings in the background here, but BMW had cars, Volvo had cars, Kia, a little bit of all the EV manufacturers were represented there. I just chose to drive the Mach-E instead of getting in line for all the other ones. It's a cool opportunity to drive lots of different EVs, but that's really the only one that I was wanting to drive. So this thing's pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen any videos on it yet, it is a electric trailer that actually has drive units on the wheels, batteries inside. It's in the raised camping position, but you can drop it down, and it's basically a glorified pop-up. Costs about 125 grand, but it's a pretty cool setup, and the intent is not to lose range in your EV that you're using to tow it with. Anyway, Lightship, pretty cool company. You should check them out. This is the EX30 from Volvo, and while the XC40 Recharge is pretty cool, this guy is a lot smaller and offers probably even better performance by the time it's all said and done. And if I were truly in the market for a new small EV, this would probably be at the top of my list. So the EX30 is going to be pretty awesome. The only downside is they kind of went the way that Tesla did, and there's just the one center screen. There's nothing in front of the driver, so that's kind of a bummer in my opinion. I feel like I missed an opportunity there. All right, it's been awesome. I hope you guys have seen some pretty cool stuff. I'll talk about a little bit more maybe in some outtakes, but that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out at the Practical Hot Ride. All right, we're back in Tucson. It was a long day. Thankfully, the drive wasn't too bad. I'm wiped out. The sun was beating down. I didn't have sunscreen, didn't drink enough water. Pretty standard for me, but at least I had that silly floppy hat on. I did pick up a couple of cool pieces of swag when I took the Mach-E for a drive. Obviously, they wanted me to fill out some marketing stuff, so I'm sure my email is going to get totally abused by that. I did stop